I'm really loving Assetto Corsa Rally at the moment. It's one of those games I wasn't really expecting to be that good, but here it is. And I think it brings something really different for sim racing, as everything seems to be more directed towards GT racing and track racing, and oftentimes rally, as pure as it is, like it is in Assetto Corsa Rally, is missing. So I want to bring you, the viewer, into my thoughts of what I think, what I actually feel when I'm driving this. Sadly, at the moment, this title is very limited in terms of content, especially in what tracks are related or stages. It's okay in terms of cars, but what we have right now is more than enough to bring me enjoyment out of this, and more than that, it actually brings me quite strong feelings when driving this, positive ones, that no game has been able to do that for me, basically since Assetto Corsa. There are very few games that do rally driving, or rather, road driving as convincingly as Assetto Corsa Rally. This game, in my opinion, from all the ones that are out there, is the one that ends up capturing more the essence of what is driving on a road the best. And they capture it in many ways. They capture it in the roads themselves. The roads are, I mean, they have a lot of texture. But also on the way these cars drive. For example, a few years back, I was in a track day and was invited to tag along in one of these cars, not a GTAM, not a GTA Total, but a Junior. So 1.3 that was swapped into a 1.6 or 175. I don't remember correctly, but it was definitely more peppy at about 100 and many horsepowers. And everything that I remember of that car is represented here in the way that the suspension is soft, in the way that the differential works, how the motor doesn't have any power below 5,000 RPM, how the tail wiggles, the way it captured the imperfections of the road. Whoa! And also how strong it is, the direction, of course. This game, as roads driving is, I think, absolutely next level. I've said it in my reviews many times. And I don't say it lightly. It really is able to do something that I don't think any other racing game has been doing. I love Assetto Corsa, but there's always a layer of abstraction when you drive a sim racing game, and this game is actually going over that abstraction and is able to deliver not only on the physics, but also on the graphics, on the panache of driving in a rally car, driving in a road as fast or as slow as I'm doing right now. And we can also really see that this is a way to capture maybe a dying art of sorts, or a dying breed of cars that you won't be seeing again. You know, it's not just about the GTA itself or the Junior, it's more about these types of cars that they are really dying. You know, small cars with high revving, some power, at least for the weight, and a raw driving. And doing it in such a way that this does it's absolute bliss. You really want to see more of these things, but you know that they are dying. And this gives us a glimpse to the past, a way to enjoy it in a very good way, that I'm really glad I'm able to see and experience, because this is really very much, in my opinion, a step from Richard Burton's Rally. It's very much a very big step from Assetto Corsa, even with the Radial modules that you will see, some of the mods done by Simtracks and whatnot. They are really good, the cars are really good, but this feels raw. I can't put it into words how everything connects so well. The colors, the movement of the car, the force feedback, this raw sound of the small engine trying to rip through all of this. It's just absolute joy. I wish there will be more of these types of cars and more of these types of tracks, and I hope that the modding will come, because personally I do enjoy quite a lot of road rallying. It's, for me, it's some of my more favorite types of driving. Man, a little light, it looks so natural.
Caution, 5 left long, don't cut, 40.
Okay, this one is a tricky one.
100.
Here we are. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. Because of it, the Unreal Engine has a lot of problems, and some of the problems are definitely present in this game as well. But I think there's more pluses for the Unreal Engine in this game than there are negatives, and over here at the Alsace, you really see how everything feels so natural. It's just, it gives you such a joy ripping through these roads. It's amazing. When you ask somebody that doesn't know about racing to tell you a brand or a car that does racing, everybody will say Ferrari. I'm not a big Ferrari fan, but that's the truth. It's like if you want to also have a somebody say, hey, think of a color that thinks that goes fast, make the car go fast, everybody will say a red, because once again, of the Ferraris. It's like the Coca-Cola of racing, right? Nobody asks really for a Pepsi, everybody asks for a Coca-Cola. And that is, in some ways, this car, the Lancia Delta. The Lancia Delta is a car that is part of a pantheon of racing drivers or racing cars that really represent rallying, especially the Group Bs. And the Group Bs have a lot of heroes, and you also have other cars like the Audi, but you know, Lancia used to really bring their A game into rallying, and Delta is one of those cars that was really successful in doing rally. One of the most successful rally cars ever. And if this game didn't have it, it would definitely be missing out. And it's also one of those cars that you would have as a poster, you know, on your room with the Ferrari F40, at least back in my day when I was a kid. Those two cars, you know, were the bomb. Now, I'm really happy of this combo that we're seeing. It really reminds me of the nostalgia of, oh my god, of crashing, of course. But a bit of a nostalgia that I had when I was growing up and having access to some shareware games, freeware games. There was this one, I believe was set in Wales, called RAC. I think it was the RAC Rally. If it wasn't set in Wales, it was set in, you know, rallies like this. It was probably my first rally game. But now, years later, having access, you know, to 4K quality racing games of this quality going around us. I'm not going that fast, of course. There will be people that will absolutely destroy me in times. But in this quality, it's like a dream come true. This is the closest that I will ever have to drive a real rally car, especially one that, you know, doesn't race anymore, and it's becoming more and more rare. Nobody does these cars anymore, and I think once again, like the Alpha that I was driving before, it is a dying breed. This car, this hot hatch, especially of the type, it's also a dying breed because it does feel much more raw, even than the Yaris's and the Corollas of the like that we have. And, well, I must say that AC Rally brings that feeling of rally front and center, and it does really convincingly. And this is it, guys. I hope you understood where more or less I come from when I'm driving this game. For me, it is truly enjoyable, though limited. And as I mentioned in my review, it is an extremely heavy title which won't be able to be run by everyone, sadly. And also at the moment we've been discovering that there's a lot of people having issues with compatibility. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments your experiences with the Assetto Corsa Rally.